You open Robinhood to buy a stock. Last quarter, people made 8.8 billion bets inside it. 8.8 billion in just 90 days. These are bets on football, on elections, on what the Fed does next. Not on some separate gambling app, right there next to your stocks. And in the same report as that number, Robinhood buried one sentence. It quietly admits this whole business could be shut off. Page 8. Nowhere near the press release. Never said on the call. Let's open the filing. Here's the story you've heard. Robinhood is that slick app that took on Wall Street. Stocks, crypto, no commissions. And this spring, the headline numbers looked great. A total revenue of $1.07 billion. It's up 15% in a year. So the press called it a strong quarter. A growth company doing growth company things. But a number that big is just a sum of parts. And one of those parts did not just grow. It changed what Robinhood actually is. And it sits in the same filing as that sentence on page 8. Now here's what should stop you. Betting on a football game on your phone is illegal in a lot of states. So how is it sitting inside a stock app, one tap from your portfolio? Stick with that question. The answer is the whole story. First, what these bets even are. They're called event contracts. And if you strip the financial jargon, it's basically a bet on something that hasn't happened yet. Will this team win? Will this candidate win? Will the Fed raise rates? So you just pick a yes or no. You put the money down, either you're right or the money's gone. If that sounds exactly like a sports book, it's because it is one. And it's not a tiny corner feature. Those 8.8 billion bets, that's the scale. And the growth is the part that should turn your head. Revenue from these contracts didn't double. It rose 320% in a single year. Not 32, 320, more than 4 times the year before. So back to the question, how is gambling legal inside the stock app? Here's the move, and the reporting on this is clear, even if the filing stays quiet. Robinhood doesn't run these as bets. It runs them as financial contracts. There is a federal agency, the CFTC, that oversees those. Route the product through it. On paper it's a derivative, the same wager, but different paperwork. And that paperwork lets you bet on a game in a state where that bet is banned, which is exactly why some states are fighting it. Reports say Michigan and Tennessee have moved to call these what they look like, illegal sports betting. So the same tap is a legal contract in one state, an illegal bet in the next state over, which means the whole business rests on one thin argument, that a court keeps calling this a derivative and not a bet. Hold on to that. It's going to matter more in 2 minutes than it does right now. And we still haven't reached the sentence on page 8. One more thing on size. You know where this sits. Options trading is still Robinhood's single biggest line at $260 million. But event contracts have climbed up that list from basically zero. In 1 year, betting went from a rounding error to sitting right behind options. Now here's where it's tempting to file this under company adds a popular new feature. A fun little side bet. Extra cash. Good for them. But that's not what's happening. Robinhood isn't bolting a casino onto an investing app. The casino is quietly taking over. One part of this business is passing another. That story and that sentence on page 8 are next. So let's put the two engines side by side. Start with crypto, the business Robinhood is known for. A year ago it was booming. This quarter, crypto revenue fell 47%, down to $134 million, nearly cut in half. The famous engine is stalling. Now the bets, the product most of its users couldn't have named 2 years ago. Event contract revenue hit $147 million. Read those two numbers again. $147 million from betting, $134 million from crypto. For the first time ever, Robinhood made more money letting people bet on the Fed and football than it made from crypto. The crypto app you know just got beat by the casino hiding inside it. And it just happened from both directions at once. The new engine racing up, the old one falling away. 1 quarter, the lines crossed. And almost nobody outside the filing noticed. Which brings up at last page 8. Tucked in the risk section, far from the press release, Robinhood spells out what could happen to this business. Its own words, a regulator, a lawsuit, or a new law could, quote, immediately or subsequently prevent us from offering these contracts, end quote. Read that one more time, immediately. The fastest growing engine in the company, switch off. Not wound down over years, stopped. The day a court or lawmaker decides these bits are bits. Management put the good numbers in a press release, but the sentence about getting shut down, they left in the filing. So here's the real picture. Robinhood's biggest growth story isn't investing, it's betting. That betting now out-earns the crypto it's famous for, and by its own admission, one ruling could end it. An investing app quietly turned into a betting app, and the betting can be switched off by a single court. What to watch for is narrow. So two things. One, the state cases. If a court somewhere rules these contracts are gambling, that page 8 sentence stops being a risk and becomes a headline. Two, the copycats. Reports say Meta is building its own version, and Coinbase is fighting the same legal battle. When companies that big start circling a product, the product is working. The only question left is whether it's allowed to keep working. So here's the one for you. Two ways to read this. The first one, this is Robinhood being smart, meeting people where the demand already is and booking real money doing it. Second thing, this is a company building its growth on a legal loophole one judge can close. Which is it? Tell me below. And if you've placed one of these, did you think it's an investing or a bet? If you want the line-by-line walkthrough of every number in this video, the actual filings, the exact figures, the sources, that's what Footnote Brief is. The link is in the description and pinned comments. It's free.